Not looking good for us.
Mike?
Hey, AD, we know that you do a lot on the defensive end. Just kind of wondering what some of these different groups, these different bigger lineups, some with Christian Wood, some with Jackson Hayes tonight, what have those done for you, and kind of what do you think the key is as you move forward into the season and by having some of these different personnel groupings?
I think it helps us on both ends of the floor offensively, just the space and see what ability to shoot. It's not me just always running to pick and rolls. He can go into pick and rolls and now I space or play in the dunker, and the same for Jackson. Now I space out and get to play on the perimeter, and he's setting the pick and rolls and gives us a chance for more offensive rebounds as well. And then defensively, just helping us rebound. When I'm playing a 5, LeBron's a 4. Especially when I go on the perimeter and switch out, then LeBron's battling the big, and now we're small, which kind of hurt us in a couple games. When C was in the game where Jackson, we were able to, get some rebounds and get out and run.
Dave.
AD, how has LeBron's late game performances so far in the early going helped your group while you're trying to figure out a lot of other stuff? Just to have him execute, set you down, help you get some of these wins, and how can that kind of help the confidence moving forward for everybody?
Yeah, he's been phenomenal down the stretch in this early season. I think it's they're kind of banking minutes early on, and then let him just kind of flow throughout the fourth quarter. And he's making the right plays. He's getting to the basket. The jumper was working tonight in the mid-range, making the right reads to shooters on the perimeter where he's getting double teamed when he got to the basket. So, he tells all the guys, like, the ball is going to come to you. I'm going to find you. Just be ready to shoot. Just like the one he had to D-Lo in the corner in front of our bench, and he didn't shoot. He got took out of bounds. Like, he was yelling at him. He's ready to shoot the ball. So, he's a willing passer, obviously, by his numbers. And it's on us to finish. And as we, get more rhythm, guys get more rhythm, get comfortable, and know that these passes are coming, shots go in, it's just going to open up the floor, especially for him, the game coming off pick and rolls.
BT.
AD, when you see Cam Reddish, what kind of role can he carve out with this team?
Exactly what he did tonight. Obviously played a lot more minutes, because Torian and Gabe was out, and Rui as well, but, I told him on the bench, no matter if it's, 40 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 20 minutes, like whatever, you got to have this effect on the game. They came out defensively, getting steals, great contest, even though they're going to make shots, playing well offensively, attacking the basket, missed the dunk on Zubac, but just the aggressiveness that he had tonight is what we're going to need from him.
AD, along those lines, at this stage in your career, how gratifying is it to have players who are as talented as Cam Reddish and Jackson Hayes, but like guys that maybe haven't found their lane totally yet, and to be a part of that process? And I guess how important do you find that responsibility as a leader on this team?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about opportunity. Cam, Portland, New York, they really have an opportunity, to really play. Obviously, we know how talented he was coming out of Duke, but same with Jackson. In New Orleans, just wasn't time. And we get them over here, and now they have opportunities to go out and be effective and help us get wins. And now they got to stay confident, just ready to play. It's always a next man up mentality, and you just never know when your number's going to be called. And I think that's why Rob was able to do what he did this summer and go get depth just for that purpose. And it showed tonight, especially with Cam. So it's all about opportunity, and now that we know what Cam brings to our team, which we already knew, but now he's shown it, and we're going to expect that from him, no matter, like I said with BT, how many minutes he's playing. He has to bring that same intensity every night, and same with Jackson. And the thing is that they have to understand too that it's a long season, but obviously still trying to figure out rotations. But no matter, like I said, how many minutes you play, you got to come in and be ready to make an impact on the game. And both of them did that tonight.
Law.
AD, you look at this Clippers team you played tonight and how they built their team guards and forwards. You played the Suns last week, same thing. You didn't see Book and Bill, like they brought KD in last year, and then you look at you like you're a big playing in a game like this. What is it? What kind of accountability and where do you see yourself in the mix of a league where all the guards and wings kind of change places, but the bigs like yourself, they kind of stay in the same place and stand out in a game like this?
I'm confused by your question. I ain't gonna lie.
Basically, you're big, and the other stars, the other 40-minute guys, they're guards, they're wings, they're perimeter-oriented players. You're a paint-bound guy. Like, you stand out in a game like this. Like, what do you think about when you come in and see that the other
all
stars,
guards?
you're the only big?
I take the challenge. I mean, doesn't matter. I mean, teams build their roster to win games. They just got James as well, so it's gonna be another guard on the floor. But we got to take advantage of what we have as well too on the other end, which would be offensively. And that's what we did, with the offensive rebounding, steals in the paint, post ups, things like that. Where it might be a game where their bigs might not be able to play because they like to play. They're going to play small. Same thing with Phoenix. So, the same way, Houston started the small ball a while ago. Even the Warriors as well. But we got to take advantage of what the size that we have. With me and Seawood being on the floor, and me and Jackson being on the floor. Jackson and Seawood. We have a lot of length and height on this team, and we can't switch up what we do just because other teams go small. We got to punish them in the paint and on the glass and make them adjust us.
Last three: Malika, Kobe, and with Michael Cole.
AD, you've been in a couple of close battles, whether it be with the Kings, whether it be with Orlando tonight, and now you're headed out on your first sort of extended road trip of this season. I know it's a completely different group, but particularly after sort of the start you all had last season. What sort of emphasis, what are you hoping to learn about this group in these stretch in these games to sort of set habits now to keep down the road?
Yeah, like Brian alluded to, we don't want to be obviously down in the first quarter. We've been digging ourselves a hole and just climbing out of it. We like to have a lead throughout the course of the game and hopefully extend that lead where our young guys can get in and get some game reps. But we make it tough on ourselves, honestly, especially tonight. Missed free throws, just could have put the game away. Probably wouldn't even be in overtime. But we just learned that we're okay with having close battles, but we don't want to dig ourselves a hole. Just a lot on the body, just overall through the course of the season, continue to fight upfield. So, we lost our first two on the road, but we've seen two of these teams already, and we want to make sure that we just come out and start the road trip off right. Obviously, knowing we've been on the road, and Laker Nation traveled well on the road, but we want to come out and think about just the first quarter. How do we get out to fast starts, and then just figure it out from there.
Kobe.
AD, where there's you and Christian, you and Jackson, or even the trio of you guys playing together at the same time, have you seen those bigger lineups embody what you guys want the identity of this team to be?
Yeah, we want to rebound the basketball, one shot, get out and run. All of us can push the ball or run the floor very well. We're defending the rim, blocking shots. We're everywhere. And then when you throw Bron and say TP out there, Bron and Cam, Brian Austin, you have even more length and size in the game. And now we can switch, 1 through 5 or 2 through 5, and just cause havoc for teams defensively. So it's a good lineup. Not sure how much we'll get to it, especially with the three of us on the floor, but we've seen in stretches that it can be effective for us.
Last question, Michael.
Hey, Eddie. There was talk in camp about Christian, from Jackson, from Darvin, sort of complimenting you on your leadership early on, really helping them kind of learn the defensive concepts with the team. And I like tonight, are there kind of specific ways in which you see that work sort of paying dividends for them?
Yeah, I just tried to talk to them even out the course of the game. Just being defensive minded, the reads you got to make on certain players, not going under PG and Kawhi, pick up points for certain players and boxing out, just things like that, little schemes and tools that they can use to be better. And they took on the challenge tonight. C. Woods took on the challenge a couple times this year already. But Cam is really, also locked in tonight defensively. And it's just a mindset, just a thing that you just have to get used to, because for people who have like a reputation of not being able to defend, teams are going to try to target, and you got to take on that matchup, and that you're not just going to go by me, you're just not going to bully me or whatever the case may be. So they took on the challenge and proved tonight that they can sit down and play defense, and we're going to need that all year. We hang our hats on defense, so it's my job as a leader to drill deep into these guys' heads and just make sure that no matter what we do offensively, we're only going to win games defensively.
Thanks, AD.